The political world is never short of drama, and when powerful figures collide, the story quickly captures national attention. In recent days, speculation and media chatter have been swirling around a tense situation involving former U.S. President Donald Trump and former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi. Reports, rumors, and insider commentary have sparked a wave of discussion about what really happened behind the scenes and why the situation has generated such a strong reaction. For those who follow American politics closely, both names carry significant weight. Donald Trump has long been known for his outspoken personality and his willingness to respond forcefully when he believes he has been treated unfairly. Pam Bondi, on the other hand, has been a prominent political figure with a long history in Republican politics and legal affairs. The two have crossed paths politically over the years, and their professional relationship has been closely watched by observers. The current controversy began when whispers started circulating about private details allegedly connected to a high-profile property. In today's hyper-connected media environment, information, whether verified or not, can spread at incredible speed. Social media posts, anonymous sources, and speculative reporting all combined to create a narrative that quickly caught public attention. As the story gained traction, commentators began analyzing what the implications could be. Was the situation the result of political maneuvering? Was it simply a misunderstanding amplified by media coverage? Or was it another example of how modern political figures must navigate constant scrutiny? What became clear almost immediately was that Donald Trump was not going to stay silent. Known for his direct communication style, particularly through public statements and media appearances, Trump has often addressed controversies head-on. Supporters say this willingness to respond demonstrates strength and transparency, while critics argue that it can sometimes intensify already heated situations. According to political observers, Trump's reaction to the reports was swift and unmistakably forceful. Allies close to him reportedly expressed frustration over what they described as exaggerated narratives and speculation surrounding the situation. Some suggested that the story was being amplified for political or media attention rather than grounded in verified facts. Pam Bondi's name entering the discussion added another layer of intrigue. Bondi has long been associated with legal and political circles connected to conservative leadership, and she has previously worked with Trump during high-profile political moments. Because of that history, many analysts immediately began asking whether the tension was political, personal, or simply the result of misinterpreted information. In Washington and beyond, moments like these often become symbolic of something larger. They can represent deeper divisions within political movements, the pressure of public life, or the challenges of maintaining alliances in a constantly shifting landscape. Media outlets began analyzing every statement and reaction. Commentators debated whether the reports would have lasting consequences or whether the controversy would fade as quickly as it appeared. In the world of politics, the news cycle moves quickly, and what dominates headlines today can disappear tomorrow. Still, the intensity of the reaction suggested that the issue had struck a nerve. For Trump, maintaining control of his public image has always been a central part of his political strategy. Throughout his career in both business and politics, he has responded strongly to stories he believes misrepresent him or his actions. Supporters argue that this assertiveness is part of what made him such a powerful political force. They believe his willingness to challenge narratives and confront critics head-on resonates with millions of Americans who feel traditional politicians often avoid direct responses. Critics, however, see things differently. They argue that dramatic reactions can sometimes amplify controversies rather than resolve them. In their view, a calmer approach might reduce media attention and prevent speculation from spreading further. Meanwhile, political analysts point out that stories involving high-profile personalities often grow far beyond their original scope. A single rumor can turn into a nationwide conversation once social media, television commentary, and political rivalries all begin feeding into the narrative. Another important factor in situations like this is timing. Political moments rarely occur in isolation. They happen against the backdrop of upcoming elections, shifting alliances, and ongoing debates about the direction of the country. Because of that, every controversy is interpreted through a broader political lens. For Trump, maintaining loyalty among supporters has always been essential. His political brand is built on strength, resilience, and the idea that he stands firmly against what he considers unfair treatment. That reputation means that whenever a story challenges his image, he often responds quickly and forcefully. Pam Bondi, for her part, has also built a career navigating complex political environments. As a former state attorney general, she has dealt with legal controversies, public scrutiny, and political pressure before. People familiar with her career note that she is no stranger to high-stakes situations. Observers watching the current tension say it highlights the complicated relationships that often exist within political circles. Alliances can shift, misunderstandings can grow, and public narratives can evolve faster than the people involved can respond. Another reason this story has captured attention is the broader fascination with the private lives and properties of powerful figures. From business dealings to real estate holdings, any hint of secrecy or controversy can spark intense public interest. In the digital era, a single leaked detail, or even the suggestion of one, can create a massive wave of speculation. By the time facts are clarified, the narrative may already have taken on a life of its own. Political communication experts say this environment makes reputation management more challenging than ever before. Public figures must respond quickly while also ensuring that their statements are accurate and measured. A delayed response can allow rumors to grow, while a strong response can sometimes escalate tensions. Trump's reaction appeared to follow the strategy he has used many times before: confront the story directly and challenge the narrative surrounding it. Supporters applauded the move, saying it demonstrated leadership and confidence. Critics questioned whether the reaction would calm the situation or intensify public debate. Regardless of where people stand politically, moments like this reveal how modern media dynamics shape public perception. Stories can move from rumor to headline in hours, and public figures often have little control over how narratives develop once they enter the public sphere. For viewers and observers, the key lesson may be the importance of separating speculation from confirmed information. In a time when news spreads instantly across platforms, patience and careful verification are more important than ever. Political drama will always capture attention, but understanding the full context requires looking beyond the initial headlines. Relationships between influential figures are rarely simple, and the truth often emerges only after the noise of the first media wave fades. As discussions continue, many people are watching to see whether the situation will lead to further statements, clarifications, or perhaps a quiet resolution behind closed doors. In politics, both outcomes are possible. What is certain is that stories involving major political personalities rarely disappear overnight. They evolve, shift, and sometimes reveal deeper dynamics within the political world. For now, the controversy remains a topic of debate among commentators, supporters, and critics alike. Whether it ultimately becomes a brief media moment or a longer-lasting political episode remains to be seen. One thing is clear: when powerful figures like Donald Trump and Pam Bondi become part of a rapidly spreading narrative, the story quickly becomes larger than the individuals involved. It becomes a reflection of the intense environment that defines modern politics. And in that environment, every statement, reaction, and rumor can shape the conversation in ways few people expect. This is exactly the type of story that reminds us how complex and unpredictable public life can be. Alliances, reputations, and narratives are constantly evolving, and the truth often lies somewhere between speculation and confirmed fact. For viewers trying to understand the bigger picture, the most important approach is to stay informed, remain patient, and look for verified information rather than reacting to every headline. Because in today's world, the loudest story isn't always the most accurate one. And as always, here on the Finance Guide, we continue to follow major developments that influence politics, leadership, and the broader environment shaping decisions and power in today's world.